Of course, you wish that pretty was ugly and ugly was pretty because you are ugly, sweetie. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, it's just like, when people have anything of low value and they try to pretend it's more so then they can get off their hands and get more value out of it. That's strategic. That's what you're supposed to do. And there's nothing wrong with that specifically. I mean, you're just working with what you have. But you can't expect me to want what you have when, in my perspective, I wouldn't want to look like you. I wouldn't want my kids to look like you. And I feel your looks and appearance is inferior. It's just what it is. There's nothing wrong with the fact that you are a four, but I mean, you expecting me to look at you like you're ideal. No, sweetie, my looks are twice as good as yours. It's just what it is. Your rating was actually 4.29. It wasn't 4.6. No, you wish you could get to a 5, but no, you're a low 4. And you can use many different computer systems. It's not just that one. It all says 4. Different companies, different things from different countries, for that matter. They're not even all like made from one specific person or anything of that nature. You'll still be a 4. And for me, like you said, I was a 9. Actually, without hair or makeup, I was 8.61. That's why I told you I doubled you. Exactly, almost. On looks. And I knew I would, honestly. I knew you were like a 4. And I know my rating is always an 8. Upper 8. Sometimes a lower 8, but always an 8. Um, and I know, like, you don't have to believe in the beauty system. You don't have to think of beauty as mathematic. People find beauty in people for different reasons. But for me, from my perspective, I go off of looks and I go off of the mathematics of it. Because if you look at it, some people have certain golden ratios that other people don't have. You personally don't have that ratio. Um, and that's why I wouldn't find you attractive. While other men tend to have the perfect dimensions, basically, and that's what I prefer. It's only normal for someone to prefer something that is similar to them and as attractive as them. This is why, honestly, um, some people who are like 6s are not comfortable with people who are 8s. And this is why people like you always hate on people who are 8s, because you are so much less attractive than them. That's normal. All of this is normal. And is it anything that you can really help? Is it anything I can help that I'm twice as attractive as you? No, none of it is, you know. But yeah, I just think you need to really, you know, be okay with the fact that no, I don't prefer you. And coming out like I preferred you or like you were the ideal was really incorrect because it put you out there. And I mean, you didn't have to do that to yourself. Also, one other thing I wanted to talk about was you saying about the factory worker. No, I specifically said that if you are attractive and a factory worker, I'm into you. I didn't say what race. We do understand, and I've said in my videos before, my preference is someone with black hair, green eyes, and light skin tone, with a narrow nose, kind of similar to my own nose, thinner lips though, and then square jaw, a very nice narrow face shape, perfect dimensions, large eyes, and hairy. So that is not a white person that I described. Generally, I prefer curly hair. If we were really thinking about it versus white versus black, especially since you want to deal in a raceless way, we would be talking about black people here. Um, because I'm pretty sure you believe in the one drop rule. Because if that's the case, then no, I think black men are better looking than you, and they're my preference. I specifically just said in my other video that I consider myself a rainbow swirler because I include some men as black, but other people don't like to include those people as black because they like to include mixed people as another race, which actually would include me as another race since I'm mixed as well, mixed ancestry. But I consider myself a rainbow swirler, and I think with you, you would consider those people black too. So no, I actually think they're more attractive than you. The problem is there's so many white men out there that I'm like, why not? If I'm as attracted to a white man as I am to a mixed man, then why wouldn't I be with that white man if there are more of them around? See, that's what I mean. You forget. I don't pedestalize you. I don't pedestalize white men. I don't pedestalize anyone. Okay? Well, if anyone I pedestalize, it's mixed men. Okay? I guess you could say I prefer my own more than I prefer others, but I am more open minded, basically. Because you have to understand, we're minorities out here. What the heck do you expect? Most of the men are white. And I know that bothers you that, as a white supremacist or whatever, that I am an interracial dater and, that I like what I like, and I'm able to do that more than you are. That's why I specifically pointed out what triggers you the most is the fact that you can't get women as attractive as the men I get. And that's because, you are like, I'm white, shouldn't I get the top of the top? But I'm sorry, looks are what matters more than, your skin tone, sweetie. There's ugly people of all races. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just the way it is. I have no anger or hate against you. And I know this probably does upset you that you don't really have any. I'm not affected by you because I don't see whiteness as the ideal or anything. But the point is, you're saying about the factory worker and a trillionaire. No, I'm not attracted to some black men that would be trillionaires or white men that would be trillionaires like you, for example. I would not be attracted to someone who is like you and a trillionaire. And so that lets you know that it's not about race, it's about looks. You don't have the looks. And some black men don't have the looks. But some black men do have the looks, if we're including mixed men. And some white men have the looks. On a ratio of how many attractive men there are, though, among mixed men and white men, I would say there's many more mixed men that are attractive than white men. But the thing is, white men are 60 to 70% of the male population. Mixed men are like what? It's single digits and how the percentages for mixed men. Not black men. Mixed men are like a very low percentage, basically. I think it's like 3 or 4%. It's not a very high percentage. So obviously, out in America, the pickings are slim for mixed men. The pickings are very gargantuan among white men. It is what it is. That's why I live my life the way I do. So that's basically all I have to say. Stop trying to be a 5, you're just a 4. Get the numbers right. For me, I was an 8.6, 9.2 with the makeup and the hair. And, you could be jealous of all that all you want. I honestly don't care. Like, I don't care about looks all that much as long as I get good results. And I always get good results. So, that's why, to me, it's like you need to focus on your target. Your target audience is not me because I'm not attracted to you. You go find your target and try and validate yourself. then maybe you can feel better about being a 4. For me, like, I get my results good. That's just how it is. You know, 8s attract 8s, and you, I don't know, maybe, like, if you got money, there'd be some women who are like maybe a 7 or maybe an 8, maybe into you, maybe, I don't know. Like I said, on some channels they talk about like gold diggers and things like that, and they seem to not care about looks. So you just need to focus on bettering your life, making more money for yourself, being lucrative in your income and occupation, and then you'll actually get the woman that you want. And I do think that everybody has someone out there for them. I do. I definitely do think everyone has someone out there for them. And, you don't have to be angry about being a 4. You really don't. It is just what it is, it's a fact. But, you know, don't expect me to find you attractive. It's not going to work with me. But there are probably thousands of people that look like me that would actually be attracted to you for just money and stuff. I don't understand how they are, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's really nothing else to see here. So, good luck with that, dude. But yeah, many of these mixed race, or whatever you want to call it, people of African ancestry would actually be my preference of if they were an if they were a factory worker or even less than that. If they were broke and had no job for that matter, I would prefer them over you with $1 trillion. So yeah, obviously it's got nothing to do with race. It's all got to do with looks, and you don't cut the bill for it. Sorry, go pay somebody else to rag on me, I guess, that actually does look nice or something like that, because you're not, it's not gonna work with you. Sorry. But you could see who would always be more attractive to me than you. Yes, I prefer black men over you. Who wouldn't prefer a biracial guy over you? Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised. But some people prefer dark skinned black men over you. I just showed how dark skinned black men are more attractive than you, mathematically. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you're down there, baby.